Hi, thank you for coming to John LaJoy's podcast. Talk about 49ers football and about the games. Thank you, Eric, for showing up. He is a Seahawks fan, big Seahawks fan, and he definitely likes a lot of basically how we've been playing. And I hope you guys win against the Eagles. Really don't want the Eagles to win. Want them to drop at least a couple positions more. All right, we're going to go ahead and get into the stats. Let me go ahead and pull that up. Patriots 21, Steelers 18, Buccaneers 29, Falcons 25, Rams 31, Ravens 37, Ravens 1, Bucks 1, and Patriots 1. Detroit Lions 13. Bears 28, Bears 1. Colts 14, Bengals 35. Bengals won that game. Jaguars 27, and the 27 Browns 31. So Browns won that game. Carolina Panthers still on a losing streak. They only scored 6, and the Saints 28. The poor Tennessee Titans, Texans 6, Jets 30. That was a shocker game. Minnesota Vikings 3, Raiders 0. That would be a what the heck happened game. Seahawks 16, 49ers 28. Yes, 49ers for the win. Buffalo Bills 20. Kansas City Swifty, aka Crybabies, lost 17. Bills won that game. Broncos Let's Ride 24. And the LA Chargers. One of these LA teams need to find a new home or something. Because they got to share the same field. Chargers 7. Sad game for them. And then we got the Crybaby Eagles, 13. Dallas Cowboys, 33. And now we're going to get to what I can say is the two games that almost mirrored each other of the points, everything. Tennessee Titans, 28. Miami Dolphins, 27. And Packers, 22. And New York Giants squeaked by with that win. Same with the Tennessee Titans. I was surprised that I wasn't sure how these two games were going to go, but they were mirroring each other perfectly, basically. And they were a little bit on the boring side until the last quarter. And let me come back. All right, and I believe I got the share screen. Oh, I hope so, Eric. I really hope so, because you guys do deserve a win now, especially of losing a few games. Eagles are on a losing streak, and you guys did look pretty good with Drew Lock as your quarterback. And what else? All right, let's go ahead and do one more, since I don't see nobody in the chat yet or anybody watching. That's okay. It'll get hopping here shortly. And playoff brackets. I'm going to go ahead and load that one up. And I'm going to come back in so I can see what's going on. Ooh, maybe not. All right. All right. We're going to go from AFC side. So Baltimore Ravens have the first seed right now. And Miami has second seat. And then so that means Miami and the Colts are going to have to play each other. Kansas City and Steelers will have to play. So the one that will play the Ravens will be the one with the lowest seat to go on. So if any one of these guys win, one would move here and the other one will move here. That has the lowest seat. Then the Browns and the Jaguars. 49ers, we have clinch. And we have the number one seat right now. So basically, Philadelphia Eagles have moved to the 5th place, but they still have the same record. It's basically their division. They would have to play the Tampa Bay Bucks. So that's going to just be like a nice little scrappy fight. And then we got the Detroit Lions versus the Minnesota Vikings. That's going to be a pretty nice match. Dallas versus Green Bay. They do have a slight bit of rivalry going too, but that is going to be an awesome match too. And what else can I talk about? Oh, and mine and the kids' pick'ems. LA Chargers versus the Raiders. Me and my son Edwin picked the Chargers to win. And my son Robbie picked the Raiders. Minnesota Vikings versus the Bengals. Edwin picked the Vikings. And me and my son Robbie picked the Bengals to win. Steelers versus the Colts. Edwin picked the Steelers, and me and Robbie picked the Colts to win. Denver Broncos. Robbie picked the Broncos. Me and Edwin picked the Lions to win. And those are basically the Thursday and Saturday games. Now we're going to get to the Sunday and Monday games. So the Bears and the Browns, Edwin picked the Bears, and me and Robbie picked the Browns. Tampa Bay Bucks, Edwin picked the Bucks. Me and Robbie picked the Green Bay Packers. Houston versus the Tennessee. Me and both my boys picked the Texans to win. And the New York Jets and Miami, Edwin picked New York Jets. Me and Robbie picked Miami. Edwin picked the Chiefs. Me and Robbie picked the Patriots to win that game. Edwin picked the New York Giants. Me and Robbie picked the Saints to win. Carolina Panthers, nobody picked them. Me and both the boys picked Atlanta to win that game. Washington Commanders, me and Edwin picked the Commanders to win. And Robbie picked the Rams to win. And our game, the San Francisco 49ers game, me and the boys did pick the 49ers to win over Arizona. For Dallas and Buffalo, we did pick Buffalo to win that game, all three of us. And for the Baltimore Ravens, me and the boys did pick the Ravens to win that game. And for the Eagles versus the Seahawks, we picked the Seahawks to win that game. So that was our pick'ems. Now we'll go ahead and get to how the game went. And right now I am waiting for a few guests to jump in. And once they do jump in, I'll bring them on. Everything. I'm just waiting for them to pop in. And I'll bring them on. Drew Luck did a very good job against us. Great pass when he did that good long pass to DK Metcalf. Great pass. They did score the points that they did get on us. 16 points. We only had 28. It was a little bit of it was a little bit stressful, but at least we were able to keep them at bay too. And CMC with that major deep run that he made, he probably wished he did get into the touchdown. And Jordan Mason straight up the middle did that touchdown for us to get our first touchdown. Our second touchdown was by Deebo Samuel. And so we did score 4 touchdowns. So I'm going to go ahead and start reading off players, a few player stats. And that way we know what's going on a little bit more. Brock Purdy, 19 out of 27 attempts. The yards that he got was 368. 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. CMC, 16 carries for 145, average 9.1, no touchdowns. Jordan Mason, 4 carries, 20 yards, average 5.0, 1 touchdown. And Brock Purdy did run the ball 2 times for 7 yards, and he got 3.5 for his average. Deebo Samuel, 1 carry, 1 yard, average 1.0%, 1 touchdown. Now we're going to get to the passing. Deebo Samuel recorded 149 yards, 21.3 for the average, 1 touchdown. Brandon Ayuk, 6 recording, 126 yards, 21.0, no touchdowns. George Kittle, 3 recordings, 76 yards all total, average 25.3, 1 touchdown. CMC, 1 recorded, 8 yards for 0.08%. Jordan Mason, 1 recorded, 6 yards, 6.0. And I won't get through all that. Still waiting for people to pop in. So, total yards, 49ers, 527. We definitely held the Seahawks back. They only had 324 passing yards. 254 for Seattle. For the 49ers, 354. Rushing yards, 70 rushing yards. Over 173 yards per play, 5.9 for Seattle, 9.9 for the 49ers. For the first downs, Seahawks had only 17. 49ers had 19. 3rd-yard attempts, Seahawks did 2 out of 11. We did 6 out of 11. 4th down, 0-1. Nothing for us. Total plays, 55. And we had 53. Sacks allowed was 4 for Seattle, 3 for us. Punt attempts were 6 for Seattle, 5 for us. Penalty yards, they were both 5 and 5. 39 yards all total for Seattle and 30 for us. Seattle had no fumbles. We had 1 fumble. Seattle had 2 thrown exceptions. We only had 1. Time of possession, Seahawks had 30.45 and 49ers had 29.15. And try to think of something else. Yeah, well, I can do one more thing. That won't help me that much. Let's go straight to ESPN quickly. And I'm still waiting for the guests. I sent invites. Oops, that's the wrong one. Slow information sometimes. Sorry about that, guys. So Elijah Mitchell is questionable. Darren Latu Jr. questionable. Ross Dwelly questionable right now. December the 12th. That's what it says. That's today. Spencer Burford is questionable. I think he will be missing another game, if I'm correct. And Eric Armstead is questionable. And for December 11th, Moody Ward is questionable. Groin injury. His should be day by day. Hargrave is questionable. His is a hamstring. I ain't sure about his yet. Or Burkett is out for a few weeks, so they'll be moving somebody over to his position this week to make sure. Drew Greenlaw is questionable. It's just his hip. He got whacked by one of our teammates during the game, during Seattle's game. Ray McLeod is on IR. Let me go to depth chart. So if Spencer Burford is not playing, John Feliciano will be taking over his position. John Feliciano did a very good job again. So if Eric Armstead is out, Kinlaw will be doing his position, or they will put Kenneth Gibbs in his position, or Kay Davis in one of their positions, or they're going to bring up a couple of bring up a reserve. Greenlaw, if Greenlaw can't play, it's D. Winters. For O. Burks, they could put Randy Gregory in his position, or move over DFF to his position, DF Flores into his position, or basically Jalen Graham. So we do have Gibson. We did Sam the Warmock third is available. Still might message a couple of these guys to see what time they're coming on. All right, one's down. So it's not too boring right now. All right. Checking on a couple people. I know one will be popping in a little bit later. I'm just waiting for them to reply back to me. So, at least we did sweep the Seattle Seahawks, basically the two division games we have with them. Now we got to go against the Arizona Cardinals. We have definitely 1-1 with them, and with the Los Angeles F Rams, aka the Lamb Chops. I had most of my stuff set up for guests, and I'm still waiting for them to pop in. So there was definitely a few fights in the San Francisco 49ers game. Decaf got ejected. Lenore got ejected too in their game. So that was crazy. Fred did go after his neck a little bit, but Decaf did suplex Fred Warner too. All right. My MVPs will be basically Brock Purdy, CMC, and Debo for the offense. For the defense would be Fred Warner, Drew Greenlaw, and Jair Brown for the interception. And then my special teams guy. Jake Moody does deserve how he did with his of kicking the field goals for us. Very good job. But the major thanks to would be having Mitch McCloskey, I think I'm saying his name right, the punter. He always does great kicks, everything. But that fake was, wow, that was so great. I definitely enjoy it. Wish we didn't get a flag on that one. That was awesome. Seeing Mitch did his running, and we know he tackles too. Everything. So definitely the wow game was definitely the Vikings and the Raiders. Don't know how that game went. I didn't really watch it. Our game was sort of the best game out there. Wonder why. I'm a 49er fan. The unlucky games, sort of a wow game, was definitely the Rams and the Ravens, the Jags and the Browns, and the Texans and the Jets. We did get back on top for the number 1 seat. And we did clinch yesterday since the Green Bay Packers did lose the game to the Giants. Found that out yesterday during the game. What else? Definitely a shout out for TED Talks Ball and No Border Sports with Ryan. They did a shout out for me. Jason from 49ers Forever Radio did a shout out too. And his co-host was TJ. So shout out to those guys for giving me a major shout out about my podcast. I have 45 subs, looking to get 5 more before Christmas. I'm doing mine in low increments and that type of stuff to build my channel up, working to try to get it better, everything. What else? And if anybody wants to leave a comment, they're more than welcome to. If they have a question, go ahead and ask me. You're more than welcome. Right now, I'm trying to figure out what else to say. And we do have a bunch of guys in basically where we can almost have our full team in the Pro Bowl if we do lose a game. So we do have a lot of guys that can go to the Pro Bowl. And what else? Well, we can talk about the Arizona Cardinals now. I know Mighty Mouse will probably... The Arizona Cardinals are still at the bottom of the totem pole. They're the last team in our division. We beat them last time. Let me pull that stat for us quickly. Got 2 people in the chat. Thank you for coming. If you have a comment, please leave a comment. Please hit that like and subscribe button. Okay. We beat the Arizona Cardinals 35-16 on October the 1st. And we were playing against Dobbs that day. Now we're playing against Mighty Mouse this week. Did they do any damage? That's $100 question. So their stats are 3-10, 4th place in our division. What up, Jason Massey? Would you like to come on to the show? I can send you the link, buddy. If you're not too tired yet. You guys had a great show. I hope you'll like the comment that I said. What else? Well, my score prediction against the Arizona Cardinals will probably be 42-13. It may change. Not 100% sure how it's going to go, and and how it's going to play out. But that's my score prediction. I'm thinking probably 2 interceptions against Mighty Mouse, Kyler Murray, basically the shorty. So, and we do have the Arizona Cardinals this coming up week. Christmas Day, we have the Ravens. And then we have the Commanders the week after that. And then we have the Rams. So that would be the final of our games. And Cowboys, they have the Bills, the Dolphins, the Lions, and the Commanders. Eagles have basically the Seahawks, the Giants, the Cardinals, and the Giants again. So you're gonna definitely have fun with that. Jason, what is your score prediction? Good one, Jason. I'll go ahead and pop your comments in. I wasn't paying attention to the comments. So we do have another person watching me. Still waiting for a few guests to show up if they want to come in. All right. So we did receive the first seat on Sunday. Was the first team to clinch. Carolina Panthers are permanently eliminated for the playoffs because they can't catch up anyway. Now let's see if the Eagles keep on a losing streak. That's okay, Jason. Maybe if you're free on Sunday, I'm going to be doing the game if you would like to come on that show. What up, John Jay? If you want to pop in, you got the link. Yeah, if it's like a message that definitely, if you're busy, that's cool with me, bro. Definitely understand, Jason. Almost missed it. Oh, yeah. Pop-ups on my screen. Trying to keep up with the comments at the same time. John J. said, what's up, 49er fam? Oh, missed that one. All right, John J. We'll be expecting you to buzz in here shortly. Supposed to have a few other guys. I did message them to see what time they were coming on. All right, just let me know. I'll definitely send you the link. So basically, if you're free or if you want to pop in for like a few minutes, you're more than welcome. But yeah, I just started doing the games last week for my very first one. Had fun with it. Kids were definitely distracting me. I had a few people drop in. Brian Cope dropped in that day. Dar Raven, aka Levi, dropped in. Carcast dropped in on that day. And David McNiner dropped in on that day too. So basically, I did have a few guests. I was broadcasting basically where I did the play-by-play. So it was definitely fun for me. Definitely something new. I wasn't sure if I was going to have fun with it or what. Did get distracted a few times when I had guests on, but we did have great conversations. And the kids had fun messing with me mostly. I believe my little one could be asleep right now. He had a fun day at school. And my older one, Robbie, he's probably just watching TV or doing homework, one of the two. And definitely, if any new people are watching, definitely go over to Corey Lockdown Davis's channel. Please subscribe, like maybe a video too, and please give our guys some support. Corey Davis did pass away last week from cancer. Rest in peace, Corey. Wish you the best, buddy. You definitely got the best seat in the house since you're up there watching legend football players now. And you're definitely watching the guys playing up in heaven now. So, and at least you're not in pain anymore, buddy. You'll be always in my podcast information every single day, every time when I do a podcast. So thank you for showing me different ways to run a podcast. And definitely thanks for being one of the guys I did meet in a big Friday variety show with Brian Cope and David McNiner too. Definitely was happy about that. So I got to know you a little bit better. Watched you on your pick'em shows. And I believe I think it's tomorrow or the next day. No, it's tomorrow. Got too many guys I pay attention to. All right, let's go ahead and take that off. Maybe. Nah, I won't do that one. Ooh. I did something and I didn't know I was doing it yet. Cool. This is what happens when I barely touch my mouse sometimes. What else? Not that one. All right. And I do know a lot of guys do have a lot of podcasts going on right now. So definitely got to give them all shout outs. Brian Cope is probably doing one. David McNiner is probably doing one today too. I don't think I saw it yet. Brian, Ted and No Border Sports and Ryan. No Border Sports with Ryan did one today. I know Niner Faithful Radio did one today too. Before I was on. Beto is doing one too off a Niner Sickness podcast. More great content creators podcast. Darwin Raven with Levi. He should be doing one on Sunday for that game. Glad that he hopped on to my podcast. And Joe Stevens, I believe he does one Tuesday, or is Friday 1 to 2. His show is great too. East Coast Red and Gold with Jess and her crew. Great show. They do have special guests coming on, players, and we do have one guest popped in now. I guess he is having internet issues. I'll wait until he pops back in again and bring him onto the stage. And here is David Corona.
I gotta go real quick. What?
Okay. That was definitely a pop in and pop out. Let's see if he said something. And I know Bashar is doing a podcast too. Right, I believe like right now, talk about the playoffs. Bashard and some, I believe, other guys. So I had to give him a little message back to let him know that I'm already doing a podcast right now. Maybe I might ask him to come on to one of my shows if he's available. Let's honestly look and see who is all on their podcast channels. Okay. All right. Beto's on with his guests. Bashard is on. Brandon, I believe, is on. No.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Dr. Faithful.
Hang on. I'm coming. Bringing to the stage, John J.
What's up?
What's up, buddy?
Nothing much. Just got home from work.
Mm-hmm. So, what do you think about the game that we did last week?
The game?
Yeah, the game.
You know, we started off slow.
Yep.
Drew Lock looked pretty good in the first quarter, but once the Niners adjusted, once all the jitters, was gone, the Niners became the Niners, and we just dominated those pesky seabirds up in Seattle.
Yep. And plus, if you want to know, there wasn't that much fan base up here in Seattle because I do live close to the basically the Seahawks stadium up here. Because usually Fridays they wear their Seahawk blue usually, and there was no fan base where I'm at. I only saw maybe 2 or 3, and I do have the link of when they was doing their little basic parade, and it was basically a handful of people standing outside, cheering their fans going on, and I'm like, that's weak.
Cool.
Yeah. What do you think about basically the fake punt that we did with Mitch?
Oh, that was great. It's just
I was,
unfortunate. It's just
yeah.
unfortunate the referee cheated on that play because Ronnie Bell slipped. I thought Ronnie
Yep.
Bell cost a penalty, but when I saw the replay, he slipped and the receiver fell on Ronnie Bell, and
Yep.
that was just messed up. Like that was a great play. I'm still mad. And
Yeah.
again, I don't like to blame the referees, but come on, that was obvious. He slipped, So
Yeah. Definitely go to the instant replay. Since you do have that instant replay, refs should be able to do the instant replay for those type of instance. Basically, have New York give you a call saying no penalty and just give the first down.
mm-hmm.
So, and the next question, how long have you been a 49er fan, John Jay?
Oh man, I don't even know anymore.
Been that long, has it?
So long. I'm like, I can like just remember like even when I was in kindergarten, that's probably like the earliest I can remember. I was always wearing the red and gold. Even if
Yep.
I didn't have the S7, it was red and gold, like red and gold. I always had Niners hats on when I was a kid. So since I can remember, I've been a fan. Haven't missed a football game on TV in almost 20 years. The only time I missed a game was because I was sick and I was at the hospital. So that was when I was a
Yeah,
kid.
that's not fun.
But yeah, I don't miss football games.
Yeah, I try not miss football games, but once in a while I had to because the ex-wife didn't care for football, and that's why I'm not with her no more.
Mm.
And what it was your best memory of knowing Corey Lockdown Davis?
Oh man, there's so many. There's so many. I've known Corey for at least 3 years, and there are so many good memories. Like the way Corey, made everyone feel
Oh
welcome.
yeah,
He never cared what team you rooted for. He didn't care if you're talking smack about his team. That's one thing about Corey. When Corey would listen to people talk smack about his team, Corey would listen quietly without interrupting, and then Corey would, do his version of clap back. But he loved everybody. Like that's my favorite thing about Corey that I'm gonna miss is how
yeah,
he cared about people. They didn't care who you were, and we don't have too many people on that on this planet. And one less person like Corey, it just hurts if you think about it. But so many great
yeah.
memories. My favorite memory, and I'm gonna do this for Corey because apparently a Bears fan had a nerve to talk crap about his team, and Corey told me, "Yo, John Jay, I want to play the Bears this year, but they're not on the schedule, so we gotta wait till the playoffs." Oh wait, they're not making the playoffs. That was the most
That's a good one.
most nicest diss or smack talk that Corey would ever do. That's my favorite memory.
No, that's definitely a good memory to have. Yeah, I have only known Corey maybe about 3 to 4 months now, and it was definitely a surprise when I got that message saying Corey passed away. I'm like, whoa!
Yep.
And very nice guy. He definitely had a big heart for
True.
everybody.
True.
And he was one of the first subs I was able to see on my channel on YouTube. And he subbed October 20th, right before my birthday.
Yeah, Corey will be missed, but he's with us every single day.
Oh yeah.
Just like this quote: "The memories of a person live on forever." And that makes a person live forever because of the memories of Corey. And as long as you keep talking about Corey, he's never gone. He's with us.
Oh yeah. That's why I do a lot of the raids with Ryan half the time, and that's part of the reason why his channel got as high as it did right now.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it's 431 right now. I think he lost one. I know the last time I looked, it was 432. So what do you think are luck of beating the Arizona Cardinals, aka the Redbirds?
The Cardinals, the Cardinals this year are a dysfunctional team. Kyler Murray has returned, but again, just because he's back doesn't mean that they're gonna like put 30 points on us. I do think the Niners are gonna win this game. And the reason why I believe we're gonna win this game is because their secondary is hurt, banged up, and they're also not good. Their linebackers are not really good, and their pass rush, like their defense, just in general, is not good this year. They allow a lot of points, and Kyler Murray can put points on the board, but he's just one player. He doesn't have any strong receivers right now. Their offensive line is, again, like they got their quarterback, but on paper, I don't see anything. Especially the last time that we played the Cardinals, we didn't have Chase Young. Now we got Chase Young. Brock Purdy's got better since the last time Brock Purdy played against the Cardinals. So it's going to be an unfair matchup. On paper, we should destroy them.
Yeah,
but divisional matchups are always like the tricky ones. Like, yeah, we're going to win
hard
this
ones.
game. Look what happened last week. You know, they had a 10-7 lead, and luckily the Niners adjusted, and they only scored 6 points in the last 3 quarters. So division games are the toughest.
Yep. Yeah, all I can say is Mighty Mouse is going to probably put the game on his shoulders, and he's going to get hit around because he definitely don't have that great tight wide receivers no more. They did cut his favorite tight end off their roster, Zach Ertz, if I'm correct. I know we are looking at him right now too, if I'm correct.
Yeah, it said, I think it was like last week. I haven't heard anything, but the Niners are interested. And again, they could be interested all they want, but until he's signed on the roster, like he's not on the team.
Yep. As soon as he puts his name on that contract, we're good. So since both of our D tackles are out, who do you think are they gonna go with their secondary, or are they gonna bring up a guy from practice squad up to play basic D tackle?
Let's see. Well, Eric Armstead missed the game last week. I don't know if he's going to be back. I don't know if he's going to be back. And I think it's going to be Javon Kinlaw again and Kevin Givens.
Yep. That's who I'm thinking myself too. Because they only have a few guys that they would try to bring up if it's that desperate. The guy that was undrafted, that we brought back onto our team. I forget his name.
I don't mean to cut you off. I appreciate you having me on. I'm getting a phone call, so I'm gonna leave, man. Thanks for having me on.
All right, no problem. Thanks for popping in. All right, that was John Jay on for a little bit. Still going to give a few more minutes. We did talk for a few minutes about some stuff. Definitely understand when it comes to phone calls and that type of stuff that you got to take those phone calls. But thanks for coming on, John Jay. What else? Yeah, if anybody wants to say something in the chat, you're more than welcome to. Questions, anything. You're more than welcome to ask me anything. Oh, somebody did leave me a comment. I'm coming to it right now. Hi, Dana. Thank you for popping in. Thank you for coming to my show. So, what do you think? What would be your score prediction for the 49er and Arizona basically Cardinals playing? $30 to 14. Well, I sort of picked 42 to 13. So that's what I picked. And would you like to come on the show for a few minutes if you like? I know it's late your time. Let me put up your score prediction. Yes, Mighty Mouse is definitely playing. Dobbs was on the Cardinals at the start of the season. All right, I'll go ahead and send you the link. And thank you for it. Want to come on? Felt like I was boring anyway. It will come through you through Facebook. Didn't mean to do it that way. There you go. You got the link, and I will be waiting for you to pop in. All right. Cowboys and the Bills Dolphins game. Sort of hope the Bills do beat the Cowboys. Dolphins and Cowboys game. I'm going to have to do a coin toss on that one because Dolphins is not doing too well from the last game. Monday's almost sleepy game. That's what I'm calling it. Lions versus the Cowboys. That's definitely going to be a good game. Definitely a coin flip because the Lions haven't been playing the same. They've been playing a little bit terrible. Cowboys versus the Commanders. I would say probably Cowboys will win that game. Eagles versus the Seahawks. I'm hoping Seahawks will beat them on that day. The Eagles versus the Giants. It would be a coin toss for sure on that one. Eagles will probably beat the Cardinals, and then they got to play play against the Giants again. And basically, our last 4 games, we are playing the Cardinals this Sunday at 1:05. I will be doing the podcast live during the game time. So I will give the play-by-play again for my second week. Then the Ravens game, I'll definitely have somebody coming on to my show before Christmas. We haven't set a date yet, but we did talk about it during the game. Commanders, I believe we should beat them. Rams is going to be definitely a good game. That's a conference game. We did sweep Seattle, and we need to sweep the Rams and the Cardinals before we get to the playoffs. So each of these teams that's right behind us, they do need to lose a game or something where we can keep a game ahead of them or 2 games ahead of them. Anything to make it more easier. Best play, I would say, would be Mitch doing the fake punt for sure. David Corona popped in to say hi, bye, thank you. John Jay came in for a little bit. That's okay with me. I understand that about the phone call or he was a bit busy. I'm cool with that. Got another person watching me. Cool. Hi to the other person. Welcome to my podcast. Just all right. We have Dana.
How you doing?
Hello. How's it going?
Okay. I had a little bit of trouble there. I'm sorry about that.
Oh, that's okay. And welcome to my podcast show, since I have seen you on a few other people's podcasts.
Yeah. How you been?
Doing great. Definitely was excited that the 49ers beat the Sea Turkeys.
Yes.
That was fun for me.
Still excited. Yeah.
At least we can say at least we beat the stinking Eagles.
I'm still hearing. I'm hearing that this morning a bus driver. I was on the highway and this bus was next to me, and the guy kept staring at me, and I'm like, "What's your issue?" And then he
Take a picture.
he saw my car and my hat all decorated with 49er gear, and he gives me a thumbs down, and I said, "Mwah, mwah, mwah."
Yep.
And then I rolled down my window and I told him, well, at least I didn't have my ass on a platter for 2 times.
Yep.
Stepped on the gas. I'm like, it's all kinds of hate here still.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I understand you're mad, but who lost?
Yep. we did basically put our foot on very well. It's basically like for me, I live in Washington.
Yeah.
And there's so many people, if they see a 49er fan, they just look at you and basically give you the bird. And I'm like, hello, thank you.
Yeah.
One time I was driving by and I had somebody said, "Go Niners!" loud, and it caught me off guard. I was like, "Thanks."
I know it's around here though. Like, in I live in Philadelphia, so it's like around here, people are like very hush hush.
Yep.
Like they'll stare at me, then they'll come up to me and say, I really like those Niners. And I'm like, well, why are you whispering?
Yeah. Well, I got two things on my phone. If we do have bandwagon jumpers, I do got the application for them to fill out to join our team.
Okay, okay, sounds good. But
Yeah. Basic.
I just wanted to jump on because I was about to click off my phone and go to bed, and I said,
Yep.
"Oh my God, that's right, John's on. Let me check to see. Oh, he's still there." And I just wanted to get your idea on the Cardinal offense because everybody's like putting their thoughts in about Kyler Murray coming back, and we gotta watch his arm, and we gotta make sure that his receivers they're gonna catch the ball and they're faster than
Yeah.
we are. And I'm like,
Yeah. So
huh?
yeah. So I'm going to expect Kyler Murray running on us more than his arm, and the offense will do what they got to do anyway.
Yeah,
At least
yeah,
blocking for him. But do I really? Am I really afraid of our Niners tearing them up? No.
no,
I'm expecting everybody to be attacking them. And the other thing is, um, they don't really have good wide receivers. So
no,
basically, we'll be waiting for to take those guys out. They released their tight end that they did have that was great.
mm,
Um, Pro Bowl player Zach
yeah,
Ertz. We
uh,
are looking in on him and that type of stuff.
that would be nice.
Yeah, another backup tight end. And it's just going to be a slaughter game for us.
Yeah, I just don't want us to take this game too lightly.
Yeah, same here.
Uh, because we've seen what happens when when that thought process comes around. But as far as like their running game, I don't even think they have one. But
Yep.
they were showing some pretty hard stuff, playing last week. And I said, "Ooh, they they didn't look too shabby at times."
Yeah.
But, we just gotta like not give so much cushion,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know? Uh because even though some of their wide receivers are not that good, it'd be just our luck. You give a 10-yard cushion and they go down the field on us, bang. It's like, no, no. We got to play them like we played the pigeons and
Yep.
the sea chickens. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I was not. I was kind of surprised. I got to a watch party for the game uh, in the first half. I mean, the first quarter, but I was a few minutes late. And I looked up at the television. They had the television as you enter the restaurant. And I said, huh? And the guy's like, yeah, the Seahawks scored on you guys. I'm like, oh no, I need a beer now. Oh no.
Yeah.
That I didn't expect that at all. I really didn't.
Yep.
But I'm just glad we are done with the sea chickens. We don't have to see them again.
And
Right?
plus, technically, they're probably out of the playoffs anyway.
Yeah. So as long as we don't have to see them again, I'm a happy camper. And especially with them playing up in what is it, the Hawks Nest that they call it?
Yeah, Hawks
Yeah, yeah,
Nest.
yeah, yeah. Talk about a hostile environment.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's almost as bad as well, it's not as bad as Lincoln Financial,
Yeah.
but Yeah, it's still the volume in there is just going to be like, I don't think, and I think that's what the Eagles are going to have to really get used to when they go there on
Mhm.
Sunday. Are they playing Sunday or is it Monday? Sunday?
Sunday. We're playing on Sunday at 1:05 my time. I know it's my time.
Yeah.
It's 3 hours ahead.
So it's 4 or 5
Yeah.
here. Now,
Yep.
the Niners game is what, at 4:30?
Uh, oh, I forgot. Technically, Arizona is an hour behind me right now because they do not turn their clocks forward.
Okay. All right. So it should be 3:30 then.
Yep.
Well, 3:30. Yeah, no. I'm
No,
confused. Either way, I hope the place that we're going to has the Niners game on.
yeah. I'm
Because
definitely.
it's going to be in it's going to be in Eagle territory, so they might like say, well, there's more Eagle fans here than you guys, so we might.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh hell no, you got all them dishes on your damn roof. Turn one of them things westward, you know.
Yeah. It's definitely going to be on CBS channel for sure.
Okay, all right. I just don't want anybody taking my favorite bar stool when I go in.
Yeah.
But I think this game is. I think it's going to be a good game, and I'd like to see our offensive line really tear their defense apart.
Oh yeah.
You know, you what's his name just makes me so damn nervous though. Brendel.
McClint. Oh yeah.
Don't even mention McGlinchey. He's gone. Woo! But Brendel, he makes me a little nervous at times. But
Uh, yeah. See, me personally, I prefer seeing John Feliciano in instead of Spencer Burford because he needs
ah,
a little because he needs a little bit more seasoning in.
yeah, he does. Yeah, he's just starting in.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. This is only his second year, so sometimes you gotta put a veteran over the basically a rookie, a
yeah,
greenhorn.
yeah, and I can't blame the guy. He needs more playing time. He needs to get
Yep.
used to the shanty plan.
Yep.
Get out there and do what he does. So yeah, I'm ready for it. I just like I said, I don't want us to take it for granted. Go out there and bust butt, and we can move on to the next bird killing.
Yeah. Basically during the Thanksgiving game, do you remember when Brock Purdy passed the ball off of basically George Kittle for a short gain? Bet you probably wasn't paying attention to the lineman that held Brock Purdy up when Bobby Wagner smacked him.
Oh,
I
um,
do.
I'm surprised. I was surprised that that wasn't like called or anything. I mean, he did take a good hit. I'm sorry that that
Yeah.
kind of like
Uh,
you get excited, and all of a sudden you're like your quarterback's on the floor. Uh oh.
yeah, but he still got that pass off because
He did.
John Feliciano came in and held him up for the pass.
I did not know where that pass was going. You talk about a Hail Mary. That
That was a
was
lucky one.
Mary. That was Mary, Peter, Paul, and James all wrapped up in one because I had
Yep.
no idea where that thing was going. But Kittle being right there. Whew,
Ooh, saved our
oh,
bacon too.
okay. You talk about choking on your beer? That was enough to do it.
Yeah, so this week I do my podcast. It'll be 12 o'clock my time, and it will be about 3 o'clock your time on
Hmm.
Fridays.
Right.
And then I do. I just started doing the play-by-play with the game.
Okay. Okay.
So I'm doing like 3 shows now.
Oh, good. Good. Well, I'm trying to support you, buddy.
Yeah, I can tell.
Yeah, because you're doing a good job. You know.
Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
yeah. And I think we got a good chance. I'm
Oh
still
yeah,
gonna stick with. I'm still gonna stick with my 30-14 though.
yeah. I'm going to probably go 42-13 because I ain't sure what Mighty Mouse is going to do on us.
Yeah, yeah. You gotta watch him. He has a lot of tricks up his sleeve too, and he doesn't necessarily follow the rules of the game. So
Yep.
you have to really watch him. But I think we're
Yeah.
gonna pull this off, and hopefully we'll be injury free.
Yes.
I don't want to see any injuries, or
Oh, all right. Let me ask you this one. What was the game that you could say that somebody's quarterback was a big crybaby this week?
you really want me to go there?
Patrick Mahomes. I just brought
Yes,
in.
I mean, yeah, I was trying to catch some of that, what he was saying and everything, and I'm,
He
I'm
was
like,
crying big time.
I don't, yeah, yeah, and now they're saying because he made such a big stink, the NFL is going to start looking at the refs and what they're going to, how they do things, and maybe possibly fine them. I'm like,
Well,
why? Because Patrick cried, huh?
basically, you got to follow the rules anyway. And if you can see the ball, you got to make sure that you're back far a little bit far enough. That's the way my coach taught our wide receivers. You got to be
Yeah,
behind the linemen. So you got to basically be lined up with the tight end.
right,
That's the way
right.
we was taught when I
Yeah,
was playing.
exactly. But again, they like to get away with a lot of things too. So,
Uh huh.
it's like, oh, get over yourself. You're not doing well this year. The one team that shocked me that's actually in the hunt, which I can't believe, is the Steelers.
Yeah, but at least they are on the other side. But we did put a throw into the Jaguars with only 3 points that they scored on us.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Now, I understand there were two games on last night. Um,
It was
with
basically, yeah, it was basically mirroring each other's scores easily until the third or fourth quarter it started picking up.
That was the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard of.
Mm-hmm.
Two games at once. Really,
And
NFL?
yeah, they were only showing one game. They wasn't showing both games.
No,
Uh,
no.
yeah, because I had to go to basically to my basically my NFL station that I have on my phone and try to
Uh-huh.
watch the other game, or
Yeah,
go listen to a podcaster that was podcasting that game.
right, right. Now, I was watching it for a while, and I'm like, why am I seeing two scores up here?
Two
And I
games were
said,
going on
oh, I said,
at the same
that's
time,
right. Yeah.
but both of them were boring because I was watching basically because me and Ryan from No Border Sports, he was watching the Dolphins game and I was watching the Giants game, and I'm like looking at the stats, the scores, and I'm like, dude, they're mirroring each other. I'm like, what the heck's going on,
And
NFL?
yeah, yeah. And I really wanted to see the Miami game.
Yeah,
I didn't want to see
and
the Jets game.
yeah, and
The
now I'm going to
Giants,
bring
rather.
on.
I didn't want to see that.
Yeah, yeah. I do got another guest popping in too, and it's David Corona.
Uh-oh. All right.
Here's
Well, I'm going to let you
David
guys
Corona.
go.
All right, talk to you later, Dana.
Take care.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?
What up? Oh, you're driving.
Nah, I'm just coming back from the grocery store. $100 for 50.
Fun.
Yeah. So what's up, man? How you doing?
Doing good. Just been talking about football, talking about Monday night football game, how it was basically where me and Ryan was basically saying it's a store fest game, and
Just showing you some Christmas night.
nice.
Here's another one.
You got everybody's seeing Christmas lights right now.
Hell yeah.
So what did you think about the 49ers sweeping the Siege Turkeys?
Yeah, I knew we were going to sweep the whole division twice.
Yep.
I was telling everybody.
But the other thing is, Drew Luck did show us a little bit of a show too at the beginning.
Yeah, I didn't see no football games last week, but I seen the highlights.
Well, I can say the worst game that I didn't really see was basically the Raiders game.
Oh, that game was boring. You didn't want to see that game.
That was a sad game.
Yeah. But everybody was telling me about the Niners. I was telling everybody, but they were watching it.
I did.
But yeah,
Cool.
yeah, we're gonna smash the Cardinals.
Yeah, we just have to worry about a little bit of basically Mighty Mouse.
Yeah, and they said Hargrave might not play either. He has a groin injury.
Yep, groin injury. So we're going to see the backups definitely in.
Yeah. All right, man. I didn't want to cut you off, but I have to get some groceries away.
All right, I'll catch you later, buddy.
All right, man. Are you coming on John Jay's show?
No, he didn't send me an invite, so it's okay. But I got other stuff to do too, and basically probably here shortly.
Yeah. All right, man. You have a good one. Let's go Niners. And yeah, man. We got the number one seed. We got the number one seed now. So the Cowboys have to out.
And plus we clinch.
Yeah, we clinch.
All right, your score prediction before we get off.
I say 38. I say 38. 38-17 Niners all day.
All right. Why don't I go ahead and let you go, and so you can go ahead and put away the groceries.
All right, man. You have a good one.
All right, catch you later, buddy.
Bye. Yep. All right, bye.
All right, this is going to be the somebody. John Jay pops back in. What up, John Jay?
I'm back. Had an emergency phone call, but I'm back. Happens. Things happen.
Yeah.
Can't control.
Yeah, especially if you got kids or family, yeah, you always got to drop something for them. Or it could have been work too.
True.
Me personally, I sort of like the semi of being retired right now. A couple of years ago, I was basically paralyzed from the chest down.
Oh man,
That's
very scary.
Yeah, and it's called Guillain-Barré syndrome.
Damn.
Mm-hmm. If it went any more higher, I would have been dead. But I'm basically stubborn too. But I can definitely say thank you to the because I used to live in basically in California, close to Eureka, California. The Neyland Fire Department is the one that saved my bacon.
Nice.
The captain knew what was going on with me before I knew about it. Because somebody in his family had the same experience. So thank goodness I was with somebody that knew what was going on.
That's always good.
Yeah. And he was definitely yelling at dispatch to get a ambo up to me very quickly. That's
Yeah.
how serious he took it.
Yeah. Yep. See,
So,
the closest
uh,
thing the closest thing that I've had that involved, me being in the hospital. I used to play baseball until the age of 24,
oh, cool.
and I used to be like a considered like you would steal bases. So that's
Yeah.
what my job was, and I would always like jump fast to get to the next base, and I would
Cool.
always slam hard. And what happened was both of my feet, like I slammed it so hard that I had to get surgery on my toe because I didn't
Oh,
know that
no.
I did not know that the big toe of your nail can be like dug into the flesh, which is like an ingrown
Mhm.
toenail. And
Yep.
then there was another play where I slammed my other foot, where I basically cracked my entire nail, and they had to remove everything, and I had to get like some stitches and clean up. So that was probably the scariest thing I've ever had in my life. But I've never
Yeah.
had the level that you had. But I'm
Yeah.
glad you're okay, buddy. I'm okay.
Oh, yeah. At least I can walk. I just can't work. That's why I'm doing podcasting anyway. I love doing sports anyway.
Mhm.
Oh, fun fact for you.
Mhm.
Do you like race car drivers?
Do I like race car drivers? Well, I
Yeah.
am not the biggest fan of race cars,
Uh-huh.
but I've been in a race car, like in a controlled environment,
Cool.
and I drove a race car for fun. But when it comes
Nice.
to me being a race car, like fan, I know nothing about the sport.
Same here. I don't know that much about sports, but I do have like a cousin that is in the race car lifestyle. His name is Randy LaJoy.
Mm.
And what's the oldest baseball player that you know of?
See, the oldest baseball player that I know of.
Mhm.
Well, I know Ricky Henderson because he's from Oakland, California.
Yep.
I met him one time. It was a coincidence. I think he played until like he was 40, 46, 47. That's the oldest.
Sounds right. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm like talking a little bit more further like that back, like Babe Ruth.
Oh yeah. Oh, of course. I know all about the Hall of Famers retired, like Babe Ruth, Hank Aaron. Yeah, there's so many from the top of my head. I'm not gonna name them all, but I know all of the players from the different eras who were the best. So yeah.
Give you a hint. Look up Larry Napoleon LaJoy.
All right.
That's a family member of mine.
Okay. So I'm gonna look up that, and I'll let you know the next time I see you.
Yeah, you can text message me. He has beat some of Babe Ruth's records too.
Nice.
Yeah. So that is definitely a distant family member of mine from basically the LaJoy side of the family. And would you like to know how to say my last name in French?
I'm not gonna try because I don't want to be disrespectful.
It is LaJoie.
Okay.
Yeah. Trust me, I'm so used to people butchering my last name. It's ridiculous. There was somebody that used to, in high school, called me basically Chewbacca. I thought it was honor, respect anyway. Yeah. This guy was basically a football buddy of mine that played high school football with me. And I just was like, dude, you're an idiot, basically, but we were best friends.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
But
cool.
that was the fun part. Did you ever play basically high school football before?
So when I was in high school, I played baseball, and
Okay.
when I was a sophomore, my friend wanted to try out for football, but he didn't want to do it by himself. He got
Yeah,
cut.
I understand.
He got cut. So I said, dude, they got a JV team, and so he made the team, and he was a strong safety. So I wanted to also be a safety because I wanted to be, right next to him. Unfortunately, the coach was like, "You're too slow," and so they converted me to a wide receiver. So I'm like, "Wait a second, I'm too slow, but you want me to be a wide receiver?" But anyway, he says, "Well, you're not going to be catching anything. I hear that you can run fast during,
Yeah.
your baseball." I said, "Yeah, I'm a good fast runner. So I don't know how you think I'm slow." So he put me on the punt team, and I became really good friends with the punter. So
Oh,
uh,
nice.
that's basically how I got into football. So it was only the JV team. I didn't really play a lot. Our team
Yeah.
didn't really punt a lot because we basically just ran the throats because like the other team's JV team was horrible, and we took our JV serious. So I barely ever got on the field.
Yeah, and let's welcome Carcast to the show too, if
Yo,
he's listening.
yo, my bad for hopping
It's
in
okay,
late.
buddy.
I
It's fine.
was dead tired and I fell asleep. That's my bad. And I saw you were
Oh, it
live.
happens. It happens. Uh, yeah, my football experience. I played 3 years of high school football. Always offensive tackle or offensive guard. So those are the main positions I look at mostly when I'm looking at football. Then my coach moved me to defense side during games and during practice a lot. And then my senior year, my coach let me play a little bit of linebacker, middle linebacker.
Oh, hell yeah. That's sick.
Oh, I had fun
Yeah.
because I hated being on my hands. I like being up where I can see the quarterback's eyes and drill him hard. A couple of my friends hated me when I did that during practice because having a 6'3" guy coming at you at 215, oh yeah, they just hated me because the guys couldn't block me.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Anyway, thanks for having me on twice today.
Yeah, that's it. Trust me, that is okay. Why don't you go ahead and tell us what you're doing this week for basically your shows?
Let's see. So tomorrow I'm doing a show. I'm still trying to see what is the topic. I'll probably figure out before I go to bed. But I'm doing a show tomorrow. All my shows are at 12:15 Pacific Standard Time because
Yep.
I work in an after school program, so I can't do any shows later.
Okay.
And so that's what I do during the week. I do shows. I sometimes have guests on Saturdays to preview the game, and then on Sundays I do the show. Thanks for having me on. I'm doing a basketball stream, Carcast, if you want to go on another channel. But thanks for having me on, John.
Yeah, and I'm going to go ahead and tell you the days I do my shows. I do mine basically today, Friday, and I'm doing a play-by-play game show. So if you want to definitely give me a raid on Sunday, that would be great.
Yeah, I'll set my the people in my chat to go to your channel so they can raid your stuff. I can do that.
Yeah, yeah, you could just say basically Corey Lockdown Davis raid.
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't mind because if it's for him, I welcome all of that.
That's true. But you have a good night. Thanks for having me on. I'll see you when I see you.
All right, catch you later, John.
All right, see you, John. Jay.
So, Carcast,
Yes.
what did you think? What did you think about the Seahawks and 49ers game?
First and foremost, I got to give credit to Seattle. They definitely played better than they did on Thanksgiving. They adjusted. They put up a fight, but we came out with a W. Obviously, I think our let's see, our defensive, our defense was caught lacking a little bit. Seattle did have that early touchdown to DK I believe it was on Ambry Thomas, but you know,
Yes, it was.
it was just a perfect throw to DK Metcalf toward the corner of the pylon, toward the
Yeah,
left pylon.
yeah, yeah. Basically, it was over the shoulder,
Yep,
basket catch, everything. Oh man, I was like,
yeah,
oh, another great
yeah,
catch. Can't
right.
argue with that catch.
You really can't do anything about that because that was just a perfect play for the Seahawks. But
Yep.
our defense, we were getting off the field. There was this one drive where we gave up another touchdown, but our offense, man, like Brock Purdy, that deep pass he had to Debo. Oh my God.
Oh, oh,
Sha-
oh.
Go ahead.
What about CMC's big run that he made?
Oh
He
yeah, I
was
completely
that
forgot. Yeah,
close.
that 72-yard run on the front. Are you kidding me? Come on.
Oh, that was awesome.
And I know. I'm gonna give credit to CMC. He's a beast. But
Oh yeah.
you gotta respect the blocking down the field. Ayuk, who reached 1K last game, props to Ayuk, man. Him blocking down the field really set up that cut back to McCaffrey and almost took it into the end zone. But hey, shout out to Jordan Mason.
Yeah, thank you for Jordan Mason for his first touchdown for this week, if I'm correct.
And thank you, Kyle Shanahan, for actually using him.
Using a beast. Yeah, it's
Exactly.
because Mitchell is questionable, so he's out. I like having John Feliciano in instead of Spencer Burford. That's how that whole play went off. Was Trent Kittle did their job, Juice did his job, John Feliciano did his block, and everybody was just singing up the field quickly.
Most definitely, for sure. And yeah, and the deep bomb to Debo Samuel, that was a phenomenal throw.
Sweet.
It was a line, dropped it right in the basket on the run. Debo didn't have to slow down. It hit him in stride. Come on, man. You can't do it better than that. You can't do it better
And
than that.
and the other thing is we got to give credit to our quarterback because everybody's saying he's the last pick of the draft. He's not worthy for basically talks of basically being in MVP category because he's the last man picked. Should it matter that he's the last pick, or should his play do all the talking? That's how I think of it. Is
No.
his play? His play should be saying, "Hey, I'm going to beat you." That's how he was in college too. He wanted to beat records. Let him beat the records because technically he has a record already that Joe Montana set a while ago. I think he broke like 2 or 3 records of Joe Montana, Steve Young already, if I'm correct.
These are my thoughts. I think you hit the nail on the head. I think the playing on the field should prove it. Prove all your talking leading up to that week. And I mean, no. I think your play should prove it on the field, not where you get drafted. I get it. Brock Purdy last pick in the draft, 7th round pick. It's coming from a small school.
Yep.
But those factors, I know people want to look deep into it and make all these assumptions, come up with all these hypotheticals. Okay, but this kid has come in. He has, I wouldn't say he's put the team on his back, but he's come in and, I want to say this. Shout out to all the haters who, there was a moment in the season where I believe a majority of these 49ers fans were like, even half the fan base were saying, oh, Brock Purdy's dink and dunk. He's a system quarterback. He's just checking it down to his weapons. Anybody could be successful on this team with Christian McCaffrey, Brandon Ayuk. Anyone could be special when you have these weapons, and Brock Purdy's over. He's not a dink and dunk quarterback. He's pushing it down the field. He's precise, he's accurate, and he's precise, he's accurate, and he's making the right reads. You've seen him throw deep. You've
Oh
seen
yeah.
him push You've seen him push the ball down the field. It's not something new. He's been doing it really this entire season, and I think Brock Purdy's deep ball has gotten better. But going back to the question, yes, prove it on the field. I don't care where you're drafted. Look at Tom Brady. Look at all these guys. Look at guys we have on our team. Kittle was a 5th-round pick. Warner was a 3rd-round pick. Look at these guys. I'm not a huge guy when it comes to numbers like that. Oh,
Yeah.
look at some of these quarterbacks. Look at, I don't know, no offense. I know we got a Bears fan, but look at Justin Fields. Look at Mac Jones.
Yeah.
I don't care where you get drafted.
Yeah, basically, prime example, last night's game with the New York Giants, they had their undrafted quarterback playing.
Exactly.
And he came up with the win. He wanted the win. He got it. Basically, it's like Dak Prescott came out into the draft in 2016. Then Joe Burrow was 2020. Lamar Jackson, 2018. Jalen Hurts, 2020. Josh Allen, 2018. And then we can get to basically the Dolphins quarterback, Tua. He came out in 2020. Now, the big one that I sort of have an issue with, I think he's a big crybaby. Patrick Mahomes, 2017. He thinks the refs need to call every single play his way. Biggest crybaby after that Bills game.
Yeah, I know it's a 49ers channel, but quickly, what were your thoughts on that? The receiver was clearly offsides if you watched the replay.
Yeah, because I saw highlights of that game. I didn't watch it because I don't care for the Chiefs at all, for personal reasons.
Yeah, exactly.
Basically, if you are not, because technically you're supposed to be lined up on the tight end, and if you're not lined up to that tight end, you're technically offsides. If you can see the ball down the line, you're definitely offsides. And it doesn't matter if you ask the ref any questions. Technically, the ref doesn't need to tell you nothing by my standards. You're supposed to be old enough. You're in the NFL. You learned all this stuff. You're just basically, to my opinion, you're cheating. That's how it is. You're cheating to make yourself look basically good, but technically you suck.
But let's be honest. You know that Mahomes is probably tearing up whoever did that because he doesn't want to go out in the public, come up to the presser and start ripping at his. He does it. He does it behind the scenes.
Yeah.
He's just not showing his. Yeah. I think you know where I'm getting at.
Yeah, basically being a big crybaby, and technically, it looked like he was having a 5-year-old tantrum, by my standards.
For sure.
Yeah, technically, I do have a 5-year-old. That's how he acts once in a while. It's a 5-year-old tantrum. It's like a 2-year-old tantrum. Anything that is a tantrum.
There were 2 DK Metcalfs on Sunday.
Yeah.
DK and Mahomes. That dude DK Metcalf, I'm sorry, but dude, you gotta have more class than that. You gotta do better than that, bro. Honestly, I get it. You want to do all this stuff. You think you're so cool, but dude, you gotta keep your composure. So even Warner came out and said he's gotta learn to keep his composure.
Yeah. Warner did get him right below the shoulders, but it was a heat of the moment. So you gotta say, okay, why are you getting pissed off? But Fred was like, come on, go ahead, grab my face mask. He got what he needed.
Yeah, but for some reason, even the commentators said it. Every week, DK has to have it. Not DK, Pete Carroll has to have a sit down with Metcalf and teach him how to keep his composure, not start fighting. I'm like, okay, yeah, this dude's acting like a kid.
Anger
This is not-
issues too.
Yeah, I don't know, but I'm glad we sued the Seahawks.
But
They're
I
probably
can
just gonna
definitely say
sneak. They're probably just gonna sneak into the playoffs. If
they may not because hold on, let me pull up there because they only got 4 games left.
I think Gino is supposed to play next week. I think.
That ain't gonna help that much because prime example, I live up in Washington, like a few of the other guys too that lives up here that does podcasting, and the fan base has already given up on them.
Mm-hmm.
So they have the Eagles. I'm hoping that they beat those guys, at least. Then they got the Titans, then the Steelers, then the Redbirds. That's a win right there for Seattle, except if they choke. Because the Rams have already beat them twice already. We beat them twice. And let me go look at the playoff picture. Oh, hold it. I can pull that up right now on my Chromebook. Let me do like a share screen.
Take
So,
time. You're good.
yep. Is it that one? No. All right, playoff bracket right here. All right, I'm going to go ahead and share it. And if you come all the way down to here, Seattle is number 9 right now. There's 3 teams that's tied with them. But you got to look at your division wins too. So if there is a tie between these 2 teams right here, and see they lost 4 games in their division right now, I would have to look at stats for the basically the Ravens game, no, the Cardinals game,
Mm-hmm.
and see if they won it or lost it, because that is where if they are going to make it or not too. There's so much stuff that you got to look at. Everything is ridiculous. But if you're in your division, it sort of says something. All right, they basically beat the Cardinals the first time, but it was only by 10 points.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, it's like a coin toss game in that one.
They play the what's. I hope they beat Philly next week or this week.
Oh yes, same here. I know Spongy will be definitely upset again. Because his team lost to the Cowgirls.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was crazy. I mean, shout out to the. I hate to say it, but this is the only time I'm saying this. The very last time I'm gonna say it. Shout out to the Cowgirls for handing us the number 1 seed. We really do appreciate it.
Yeah, and the other thing is, you're hearing all this chatter like on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, that saying the Cowboys are going to be in the Super Bowl, all this other stuff. They changed their Super Bowl logo when all that they did was basically change a color to have like 2 different options. It's like somebody went into the program and changed the color. That is it. It's basically a design that they just come out with.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but they ain't gonna win this year, bro.
No, because because the thing is, they would have to come to our house and play against us in our house, and we know we are the better team.
Mm-hmm.
Cowgirls are not better than we are. They haven't beat us. They ain't gonna beat us.
especially in Levi's if they have to come.
Mm-hmm. So,
Well, Debo Samuel has the most rushing touchdowns by any player in NFL history with 19.
mm-hmm. That part's awesome. Everything.
Debo's on a tear right now. 5 touchdowns in the last 2 games.
Oh yeah, yeah. If you can't tell, I've been working on my yard stream a little bit too, so it looks a little bit more better. Plus, I worked on.
No,
I
that
took some
was
stuff off.
yeah.
It's going to be the logo on top saying yard stream. That's going to take until I get so many subscribers, and when I get basically cash coming in.
Mm-hmm.
But I did work on my video slide a little bit more on here, and since I'm going to end it here shortly, I'm going to go ahead and play it, and then I will tell everybody what I'm doing. You can tell everybody what you're doing and score predictions again. And that, first things first, MVP players of the game. You can pick 3 for offense, 3 for defense, and only 1 for special teams.
Special teams, it's Mitch Wishnowsky.
Yep, that's who I picked too, because that fake punt that really got me going up during the game day. Defense players, MVP.
Who stepped in? Okay. Sorry about that. I think it's. I'm trying to see. You gotta give it to Fred Warner.
Yep.
Who stepped in for Charvarius Ward? Because after that, DK was only out to another. I think it was. What's his name? Ward went out.
Isaiah Oliver came in.
Isaiah plays in the slot, and then it was Ambry Thomas. Oh, it was Lenore, right?
Yeah. Yep, Lenore.
You know, he might not have a pick. He might not have those. But he locked down DK. I got to give credit where it's due, man. I think it's Warner, Demo, and then for my last and final one. Look, I don't want to go like the regular standouts. I want to give these under the radar kind of players some credit.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see. I think Cleveland Farrell.
Yep. I would do the mine. I would pick definitely Fred
offense,
for sure.
Offense, real quick.
Yep. Go ahead.
Offense, real quick. Let me get out of the way. Brock Purdy.
Yep.
Brock Purdy. Oh my God, what's
Still there, Carcast? You're not muted on my end.
Yeah, can you hear me? My bad.
Yeah, definitely now I can. So Brock Purdy and
yeah, Brock Purdy, Brandon Ayuk, and then it's either Christian McCaffrey or Debo, but I don't know.
You can pick whoever you want.
I probably just have to give it to.
Hello.
Debo.
That's Robbie. Okay.
Nice to see you.
Mitch is my special teams for that fake punt.
Hi.
Fred Warner.
Hello.
This is Edwin. That's Carcast. Say hi, Carcast.
Hi, Carcast.
What's up, Edwin? Hello.
And then I picked Jair Brown. And
shoot. Yeah.
And then I'm honestly thinking Gregory Ryan, too.
Okay.
Offense is definitely Brock Purdy. You got to give since we are talking about MVP time.
Yeah.
Then I would be probably picking CMC, and then I would probably it's Debo or basically Kittle, but I'm gonna go for basically Debo because he did do some show stopping, stepping on Seattle too. And those are my MVPs. And let me go ahead and play the video, and then we can tell everybody what we're doing for this coming up week.
Cool.
Because I finally got it tuned in properly now. And plus I edit it too. So it looks a little bit more differently.
Hell yeah, that was a great intro.
Thanks. Yeah, I worked on it a couple weeks ago, and then I had to edit it today before the show. I did put Corey in twice. What did you think about the two clouds I put in there?
Okay. It was Jalen Hurts, I think, and Metcalf. That's funny, bro. I love that.
No, that was Metcalf, and who's the Phillies head coach that we really like to punch?
Oh, Sirianni.
Yep.
Yo, I love that. And then I like how you had the rest of the schedule and you cross off the ones we finished. So, like, you went back and edited, I think. But
Yes, I
that's
did.
great. That's great work. Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Some of the music I'm probably going to change. Probably this coming up week, but I'm just trying to pick music that has a good tempo on it anyway. Since this is my first, basically my first video clip I have made.
You have a lot of pictures and that I like. I might have to.
You can borrow some. If not, I can send you a ton of them too, because I have most of them saved. You can usually find them on Facebook, usually, or you can find them on Instagram, Twitter, and those sites too.
Okay.
That you can just copy and paste on. So, what is your plans for this week? For like podcasting and that type of stuff, or being guests?
Me and Joe Stevens are still trying to work out something for a post-game show.
Cool.
I know he's busy because he's at work and stuff, and I'm at school, so we'll definitely get our schedules fixed together. But I'll shout out to Joe. But trying to think what else. I might do a pot. I didn't want to do like another. I was gonna do a post game or like just talk about the Seahawks game, but I don't want to like talk about the same thing today and then
Yeah.
talk about the same thing when I have Joe Stevens. Might as well just do it one time and do it well. So
Yeah. See, if you can play in that one, basically your next podcast, you can just talk about Cardinals of what's going on with them,
yeah.
who's injured, who's not, because that's what I'm doing on Friday myself. Anyway.
Yep, and I don't want to like go to the Cardinals and skip, talking about the Seahawks. Because I don't want to like talk about this Cardinals and then like have Joe Stevens then, and then my viewers are like, they have to kind of track back. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
So I just want to keep everything in order, everything up to schedule. But that's just me. But hey, John, quick shout out
Yep.
to you. Great content. I see you've been putting out these
Thanks.
live streams. Keep doing it, man. I know. When I first started this whole YouTube thing, I thought, to me, 50 subscribers was like getting like my first major milestone, and 50 subscribers to me back then was like, it probably didn't feel much to other people, but to you, it does feel a lot more special. So you're
Oh
5
yeah, it
away.
does.
Let's get John to, we just need 5 subscribers. I know there's a lot more people than 5 tuning into your show, so everyone go do that. But yeah, man, keep grinding. You're only gonna get better. But yeah,
Yep.
this whole YouTube thing is hard, man.
Oh yeah, it's tricky, but you gotta learn quickly and do it. And I have always done jobs very well and that type of stuff. I do have a little bit of background of interior designing in me, so that's why I can design
hell
some
yeah.
of my stuff pretty good by my standards. I don't. Other people may like it, may not, and that part doesn't bug me.
Mhm.
That's why I let the kids join, come in once in a while because I am a single parent in a way, and I am doing my podcast shows Tuesdays, Fridays, and Sundays. Tuesdays will be at 5:30 now.
Yeah.
My Friday show will be at basically 12 o'clock, except if I have to change it. And then Sunday is play-by-play game.
No,
Mhm.
we need some double A's, and we barely have it. And she needs 3.
Okay.
Because we don't have any other normal ones.
All right. Don't worry about it. I have a charger of AA batteries in my room.
Oh, okay. Mhm.
All right. I will send you like basically an invite to the chat and that type of stuff. Let me go ahead in the stream so it's not being recorded.
Mhm.
In the stream.